James, it's been a while, and I wanted to open with a joke about your cooking, but everyone I thought of was in poor taste. And then hang on, hold your laughter, because then I mulled over a joke about winemaking, but it didn't turn out too great.
I wasn't laughing at the joke, I was laughing at my disdain for you.
Oh God, I hate myself so much.
People have been asking for months for our podcast to come back.
It's been like 3 people.
That classifies as people.
Yes, it does, I suppose. It's more than enough to make me nervous in a room. 3 other people in a room, and that's it. I retreat into my dressing
It's more
gown.
than 3. You sent me a picture of like 3 today, and there's other 3s in different Discords.
Yes, okay. So there's like maybe 12 people who will actively listen to this.
Started.
It's a lot more than when we started, when it was just my dear
It's
mother.
12 more. Hi, Pete's mum.
Ladies and gentlemen,
well.
back by unpopular demand is Words From Our Mouths. I'm Pete, that's James, and we're going to talk rubbish down your ears for about an hour. Yes. James, it's been what, like, when was it, August? It's been since August.
We had to look this up earlier. It's
Yes.
4 months.
It's been 4 months since we last... That's probably the last time we properly spoke.
What is it?
Entirely, well, the situation that caused it is on my side, but I do not take responsibility
Out
for
of
it.
the 2 of us, whose fault is it?
Out of the 2 of us, it's my fault. But I don't take responsibility for anything that happened, and I'm not even going to go into the things that happened because
I don't even know yet, which is annoying me.
it's not
Tell
even.
me.
I'll be honest, it's not even stuff I'm prepared to talk about for the most part. So
No, still.
yeah, well, I might just leave you in suspense for the rest of your life.
You tell me you can't tell me something, I instantly want to know.
Yeah, well, realistically, it's probably something I should see a therapist about, but we don't do therapy, do we? We're guys, we do podcasts. Yes. So what have you been up to in the last 4 months?
House.
You did buy a house, that's right.
I'm in new house. If the audio sounds weird or different or shit, it's because I'm in new house. If there's an echo, I will aim to resolve it when money allows me to buy it.
And if my audio sounds weird or shit or anything, then I'm just aiming for consistency with the rest of my audio in every other podcast. I'm smiling, but you can't see it. Actually, you can tell when someone's talking and smiling at the same time.
Sounds like they're in pain.
No, they don't sound like they're in pain. They sound like they're smiling. It's
like
a
you're in
nice
pain.
way. I am, but that's besides the point. Actually, I'm in quite a lot of back pain at the minute because I spent about 4 hours chipping ice off a car park, but I was hunched over with a shovel, just smacking it to break it because they just left it for 3 days, the snow to compact and people to drive over it. It was a thick layer of ice. It was very unsafe.
I've decided it is officially too cold.
Oh. What does officially too cold entail? What do you have to do when it's like that? Put the heating on and spend thousands of pounds a week?
Yeah, unstick your balls from your thigh.
Oh, okay. Well, because it's stuck through to ice.
What else would stick?
Because when it's too hot, you also have to
did you
unstick
think
your
then?
balls from your
Oh,
thigh.
right,
That's
okay.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So it's weird that the problem comes full circle, doesn't it? Except one of them you need a chisel for.
Oh God, I'm not using.
And
a
the other
fucking
side,
chisel.
when it's too
Angle
hot,
grinder only.
when it's too hot, a fish slice will do the same job. Oh God. I would say I've missed this, but I've really not.
You said fish slice. I
Yes.
did not go to the spatula type item. I went to like a Greg's fish slice.
Oh no! I mean, okay, right. Technically, they have a thinner edge. It would do the job.
I'm just thinking, why are you putting that down your trousers? Why do people not stop you putting them down your trousers?
To
How
get
many
my
times-
balls off my thigh. That's why. We're 5 minutes into pressing record, and this is where we are already.
Put one like either side as like padding.
Depends how much walking I have to do that day.
That's how hot the fish slice is as well.
Oh God, what's going on here? All right, so it's been 4 months. You moved house. Surely you did something else in that time. Did you? Painting the house,
the
that
painting
is.
ends, Pete.
The painting
I would
never
like
ends.
to stop painting.
Well, you see, I sort of cheat coded that because when I moved in here, all the walls were white, so the painting never started for me, so I just left them that way.
I paid somebody way too much money to come and put loads of pipework in my
You had central heating installed. I remember that.
and hot water.
And
I lived here for a month and a half, no, 2 months nearly, without hot water.
no hot water at all. There's not even like a heated tank, like or anything like that. And just to clarify, somebody lived in that house before.
The shower, I'll get to that in a minute. The shower still worked because it's an electric shower, so I could have a shower, but that was it. Yes, but she hadn't been living here for like 6 months because she was in a home.
Yes, but 6 months prior to going into the home, how do you wash dishes?
There was a water tank here, but it had broken.
So there was something there and it broke. Okay.
Yeah. Cost like 600 quid to get it fixed because basically it needed a new tank, and I'm not spending that much money to have a new tank put in when I was going to rip it out.
Steve, good old Steve. Everyone knows.
I recommend him.
If everybody needs some plumbing doing, call Steve.
I'm not telling you what, Steve. Just call someone you know called Steve and ask him to come play with your pipes. You're either going to have a fun evening or some plumbing fitted.
Why not both? If you call the right Steve, I'm pretty sure all those needs can be filled. I bet my mum's laughing her ass off right now.
Or is she phoning Steve? That's the question.
She might phone Steve and tell him about this. But yes, that's been... Oh, God, I had a sentence and then it disappeared because I knocked my Gorilla Glue over and I was worried that the Gorilla Glue came out, but the lid was on. And
after paying lots of money to have heating fitted, one of my windows doesn't shut, so the fucking hallway is...
Yes, it will be very cold.
I've not decided.
Okay, so hang on. I just need to talk about this, actually, this whole too cold nonsense. Do you remember when it was too warm, James?
Did you ever hear me complain it was too warm?
Yes.
I complained it was too warm to be at work.
Yes, but now you'll say it's too cold to be at work.
I'm perfectly happy with it being hot. Yeah, but to be honest, Pete, it can be a nice temperature. I still don't want to be at work.
Yeah, okay. It's too work to be at work.
Yeah, this is the cool thing. But too hot is not a thing. It's perfectly acceptable because I will happily sit in the garden and sunbathe up to about 40 degrees, and then I'm going to sit in the pool and sunbathe.
Oh, no, see, I'm the opposite. There is too hot. I mean, anything above 15 degrees for me is too hot. But there's no such thing as too cold. You just put more layers on. Whereas when it's too hot, once you've shed all your layers, aside from peeling your skin, which I'm not really a big fan of. No. There's so much... you can't do anything to get cold again. Whereas getting warm is pretty fucking easy, actually. If I walked outside for 10 minutes, if I was cold inside, just go outside for 10 minutes, walk around, the inside suddenly feels a lot warmer. Yes, that's my kind of weather. What's the coldest country to live in? I'm going to write it down and I'm going to move there. The Arctic, okay. Have you got a postcode? Just for Google Maps. AR1.
TIC.
I hate you. Yeah, I genuinely considered the possibility of emigrating during the summer, actually. It was... I just don't... One of the reasons I thought... I always consider myself quite lucky to live in England because you're far away from natural disasters and the climate is just mild. But then as soon as we get hit by...
the last couple of years.
Yeah, when you get hit by like 110% humidity and you die after 2 hours in the heat.
I am pure sweat.
Yeah, well, I think, is it like if you reach 100% humidity, you'll die after 20 minutes or something because you can't sweat or something like that?
I don't think I drank at all in the summer. Just breathing was enough.
Oh, God, that's gross.
Implant.
It's almost like you needed gills. It was horrible. But see, this weather, like, and sure, there are complaints that I have.
Slice might have gills in it.
Oh, for God's sake. Let's not go back down the trousers. So, sure, I might have complaints. That getting to work takes a lot longer. Would you behave? Getting to work takes 10 times longer because I have to defrost the car. But other than that, I'm not really bothered.
I've got anti-ice spray on my windscreen tonight, and I will let you know how it does in the morning.
Oh, I was going to say, how does that work? And the answer might be it doesn't. So we'll see.
Apparently, it will reduce the amount the windscreen freezes.
Okay.
I have my cars, it freezes both on the inside and the outside because my car leaks.
Oh, nice. So you still never bothered updating your car?
Perfectly reliable. Okay, it's cold.
It's
The heater
perfectly
works.
reliable when it starts and isn't flooded.
It can't flood because I drilled a hole in the bottom, so the water goes in and the water comes back out.
That's a very
It's a self-cleaning on the inside of my car.
that's a very good solution to your problem there. You can't do the same thing in a boat, interestingly enough. It comes in.
It cleans the boat really well. And then you get a submarine.
You can't drill a hole in the top so that the water that comes in from the bottom shoots out the top.
The house I bought came with a boat.
Why am I making myself laugh with stupid stuff? It came with the boat. That's a nice bonus.
Because the boat's stuck.
Where? Oh, right. I thought you were going to say like on the roof or in the bathroom or something.
It's just my dining room table.
Just play pirate music every time you sit down to eat. Having said that, you live alone, so you'd never sit down at a dining table to eat. You would just flop on the sofa or sit in bed and
I
eat.
sat at the dining room table the other day.
Were you doing a jigsaw puzzle? You had guests. Ah, okay. There you go. Are you enjoying the newfound independence? Oh, fair enough. I can relate to that.
Oh.
The decorating doesn't end, James.
Oh, at least.
No, because by the time you finish decorating all the rooms, you're tired of the one room you started with, so you start the cycle again, and it just keeps going from there.
The guys at work are getting annoyed at the amount of Amazon deliveries I get.
What the hell was that noise? No, I heard the same noise last night. I think I've got a mouse somewhere. It wasn't the guinea pigs. It was too far away. And if anybody hears a distant jingling, it's not Father Christmas. The cat's got a new collar with a bell on it. Did I have a cat last time?
Me again. No.
No.
When did you get a cat?
I don't know, like June or something.
I must have had it the last one because it was August.
Yeah, but she didn't have a collar, so she would have been really quiet, and she was also just asleep all the time. Now she runs around like a fucking idiot.
Oh, you've got guinea pigs, cat. What other animals have you got?
Well, there's my son. And
You.
And me and Charlotte.
You say
Yes. I also have an enormous beard.
okay, right, beard.
What did you think I was going to say? Anything else I would have said would have been a complete lie, James, so it doesn't matter anyway.
You said Charlotte's animal. I said I don't need to know about your sex life, dude. I've got an enormous.
Oh, I didn't even hear what you said.
It's like, well, this is too much.
No, I haven't shaved since I got the cat, I don't think, actually. So it's like a young Father
Wax your
Christmas.
face.
Can you what?
Wax your face.
Not in the state that it's in. No, I don't think you could possibly wax it with how long the beard is. Like, it's so bad that I can't feel when there's stuff in it. So I walked around with a piece of pasta in my beard for 3 hours of the day.
You were saving it for one.
Later on,
Yep.
I got that one.
You could also save it. You could also save it for Tom.
I don't know that one. Oh, I should have got that one. That's not as funny. Neither of them are funny, actually. I don't know why I'm saying that.
It's your jokes at the start.
They were fantastic. I was thinking about them from like 4 days ago.
The start I thought was much better.
Oh, do you want to start again then?
Right, let's get a poll in the comments. We have Pete's interesting jokes. What I was going to do is literally act like nothing had happened.
That was so kind.
I was going to act like there was zero break. So anyone who like catching back up would think there's nothing wrong, but you guys would all know there was a time period break, and it's like a little in-house seat. We got grape.
Ended up being a little in-joke just for you guys. No, it didn't turn out too grape. That's funny.
Mulling over wine.
I mulled over a wine joke, but it didn't turn out too grape. That's funny, okay? I don't need to impress you.
The cracker joke I got the other day.
Go on then.
How do you make gold soup?
I don't know. I hate this. I hate everything about what's going on right now.
I swallowed 2 bits of string last night.
Uh-huh. Oh, what? Oh, fuck off. I immediately quit. I resigned with immediate effect. We made it 15 minutes, 55 seconds before I'm done with this.
On that timing, it's because we were rambling crap for 30 seconds before we started, like we always do.
So, you know, in this 4 month
Save
gap...
them and make it like a Patreon release. Would
What?
you guys pay for that?
Pay for what?
If you know the random shit we have at the start where you were coughing and we clap and... I can't remember what I was talking about.
What do you think people... Oh, would you pay money to hear us talk more nonsensical shit
Yeah, so
than we are
even less
talking
structured
now?
than the podcast. If we did a Patreon, it's cheap, like, I don't know, £1 a month, I think that's the cheapest you can make Patreon. Do you want
$1, actually. Which is more than £1 nowadays.
Outcuts, outtakes, offcut.
The gag reel. I don't know what that noise was. I thought that was your squeaky brakes.
My brakes are squeaking so fucking much at the minute.
Mine are too.
Come fix my brakes.
Squeaky brakes. Squeaky stuff. You know how you've done like all this moving house and gaining independence and personal growth in this past 4 months? Yeah. I feel like personally I've accomplished nothing since our last podcast.
That much. I got a house.
You got a house.
It doesn't feel like much. The house is in worse state than when I started, it seems.
It's because you keep decorating. I told you about this. You stop doing things to it. Stop decorating and start hoarding knickknacks. That's what you need to do. Because the more knickknacks you get, like, you know, pictures
I've
to
started
hang
getting
up.
knickknacks.
Yeah, hang pictures, put ornaments up. Then people can't tell you haven't decorated because their eyes are drawn to the knickknacks then. And who's Etsy? I know, I was going for a thing.
Did I tell you about the drama on my TV?
No.
I bought a refurbished, it was like a 10-year-old X display used.
Uh-huh.
Apparently refurbished A1 condition, not a mark on it. Which is true, there was not a single mark on it. Except for the fact that all the LEDs were out of line.
Okay.
So I got it, it was 300 quid, which for a 55-inch curved TV, 4K, LED, all singing, all dancing, all that shit, Dolby Atmos. When the TV came out, it was like a $3,500 model, so it was a really good one. That was out of line. And I looked online, and apparently it's really easy to realign the diffusers. You can do it at home yourself, but I didn't want to because it was under warranty. And it was a refurb, but it was... spoke to them and all that, like, they said, look, send it back, we will realign it, and we'll send it out to you. I was like, okay, fine, sent the TV back. Heard nothing. A week went by, nothing. Another week went by, nothing. I emailed them. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, we've got it. I was like, and that was literally all the email says. Yes, we've received your TV. Alright. And? You're supposed to be doing stuff to it. And then about another 4 days later, I got an email saying, an engineer has now been assigned to look at it. He'll start looking at it in this date, which was like another fucking 3 days later. And I'm like, for fuck's sake. And then the engineer looks at it. And then I get an email from the engineer saying, on inspection of the TV, it appears the diffuser's out of line. I was like, no fucking shit, that's what I told you. What you did is read the email I sent. And then it was due to the age of this model, we are unable to realign the diffuser. I'm like, why? This is like a little fucking film sort of thing.
So,
It's just
okay,
cheap.
if it's a dead easy job, James, you shouldn't have bothered sending it back and did
I
it
had
yourself.
warranty, so if I'd opened it and...
All
tried
it
to
is
fill out,
is
I
this.
wouldn't
It's
have the
really
warranty.
easy. Oh, why are you complaining?
Let's just do it yourself
I
then.
didn't do that. I looked online about it and I thought, no, especially being a refurb and it already being fucked broken as when I've got it, if I take it apart and fiddle with it now, make it better, but it breaks again in 6 weeks for something else wrong, I'm going to have no warranty, no TV, and no £300.
And what did you end up with then?
And all that lot, eventually, I said to them, and we had more of an argument about this all that lot, they were like, we can send it to our specialist repair division, which is somewhere else in the country. That was it. It wasn't because the age, it's because it was curved that they couldn't realign it. But anyway, so it was like fine, whatever. Went off to the specialist people. The week. Then I got an engineer assigned to me, which was 4 days later. And the engineer emailed me. User was out of line. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? They are taking the piss at this point. And then I try and fix it and all that lot. And I got an email saying 2 days later saying we were unable to fix it.
Ah, right. Did they try and blame you for the drop though? They said no.
It already claimed that it had been received in undamaged order and undamaged packaging and all that lot.
Alignment
Right,
went wrong. Drop TV.
Instructions unclear. Dick stuck in TV.
Yeah. Please contact sales team.
Please contact the sales team and the paramedic.
Oh God.
So I was like, so it was the sales team will contact you. I was like, fine, okay. 8 days later.
At this point, we're
I've
at
had to
like
wait-
8 weeks.
Yeah, I've had to write these numbers down. It was 11 weeks, I think, total. 13 weeks total, apparently, from getting first TV to actual working TV. 55-inch curved TV with 4K and Dolby Atmos, because that's what I bought. And they were like, we haven't got any more of them. I was like, right. Yeah, here's this Chinese brand TV, which I'd never heard of. I can't remember what it was. And it was. I then looked on their website. And it was 120 quid. I'm like, no, fuck off. At least give me. But if they were going to give me the 120 quid TV and then the rest of my money back,
Yeah, that would have
I
been
might
fair.
consider more. But no, they were just going to give me the TV.
Bit rude. Bit
Offered me
rude.
a full refund, but I wouldn't get the postage money back and all that lot. There was like 20 quid postage. And I paid for extra or the extended warranty on it and all that lot.
So
Fucking waste.
the moral of the story here is if a deal seems too good to be true, it probably is.
Well, there's more to the story in a minute, but anyway. So eventually we contacted him, we agreed on it. I've now got a nice 55 inch. Chinese brand again, it's a Finlux, which I'd never heard of, but I looked into it. What it is a rebadged LG, and I was like, okay, that's fine.
Oh.
I've heard of LG. They make good TV, so if they're just going to rebadge it, I don't care.
Who makes my TV? I don't know. I can't see from here. It's dark in that room now.
But then the benefit of this one is now it's as smart. So I had to have so I then went out and bought a 4K. If I've got a 4K TV, I'm going to buy a 4K Fire Stick for it and all that lot. All the bells and whistles.
Because you can't just have something. You have to have the best thing, right?
It was also only like 8 quid more.
I was only joking, James. It's okay. I can feel you getting defensive now. Just calm down, will you?
Yeah.
Get a hold of the
Yeah.
I almost said that.
But yeah, so the new TV came out, I plugged it all in, and I realised I don't need the fucking Fire. Having for
Nice.
Christmas.
Oh, now that's upcycling, is what that is.
I said, "What do you want for Christmas?" And she went, "I kind of want a new Fire Stick."
I'm so glad you said that.
They've got a Chromecast, sorry, not a Fire Stick. They want to go to a Fire Stick, and I was like, "Fine, if it's already opened and been used like 3 times and then put back in the box." She was like, "No, I know what you're getting for Christmas."
It doesn't affect functionality. I buy pre-owned stuff all the time.
Like, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. Well, a refurbished TV. Which I suppose is pre-owned, yeah.
And,
But what did they refurbish exactly? What did they do? Did they polish it?
I don't. They might have done. I don't.
Because like you buy a refurbished laptop or something, and they'll put different parts in, won't they? They'll like
The thing is,
exchange
I
bits
assumed they must have. They couldn't have turned it on because it was very clear that the LEDs are out of line. I don't know if you've ever seen the TV with it, but its TV only has like 55, 60 LEDs in it.
Uh-huh.
But then it's got this special film over it, so the LEDs hit it at different angles and it bends all the light round and reflects.
I don't think I've ever looked at a curved TV.
On a flat TV, it's the same.
Okay.
They don't have. There's not an LED for each pixel, which is what some people assume. There's a lot less than that, but it's all using special filters and diffusers to make the full image.
Yes.
That's why not all LED TVs are the same, because you can get really cheap ones. Look a lot nicer, but they cost a lot more money, obviously. Yeah, so, and as it happens, the TV got picked up on a Wednesday. On that day, I was off work because the new
Yes.
thing on his laptop when we were going to have like a little LAN session basically over the week. The laptop he bought from the same place I bought my TV from, which is a refurb. And WoW came out at about 3 o'clock. Game and all that lot. We were lined up in the game, ready to go, just chilling, not really doing anything. Just 20 minutes in, so we were getting ready to go and all that lot. No, he stayed over. So it was the next day we woke up. So the game released, we were playing at midnight, it was great, it was fun, blah, 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 blah. It's quite late, probably like 2 or 3 in the morning. Woke up about 10 o'clock next day. About 2-3 hours into playing, I hear Arthur go, what the fuck? And the laptop dead.
Nice.
We tried everything to recover it. There was no chance of recovery. Motherboard failure. Because I went to take the... First off, we tried to use a Windows recovery disk because it wouldn't boot into Windows. It was hit the Windows screen, try for 30 seconds, then Windows encountered a critical error and restart. Okay, fine, whatever. I found a USB stick, made a Windows 10 recovery disk, plugged it in, booted to recovery disk, and it said on the bottom, booting recovery media. Windows has encountered a critical error, so it couldn't even boot to recovery media. So like, it's proper corrupt the fucking hard drive is what we're thinking. So I was like, fine, let's clear the hard drive. Now, not all computers can clear the hard drive from bytes. Turns out Arthur's laptop could not. So, great, brilliant. I had to install Linux onto the flash drive to plug it in to try and clear the hard drive. We managed to get the hard drive cleared. Great. So, completely fresh hard drive. Nothing installed on this computer at all. No Windows on this computer. That's the key point. Put the recovery disk back in to reinstall Windows. One little turn, Windows has encountered a critical error. I'm like, hang on, how can Windows still encounter a critical error? So, yeah, it's not a hard drive issue. It's somewhere in the motherboard it was having an issue.
What's this company you got these things from? Because I want to avoid it.
I don't want to say because, in all honesty, I bought a lot from them. They're actually really good. And yes, they were a bit of a pain. They were a bit of a pain with his laptops. I've had other issues in them. Like,
because that's where companies can fail. If the product that they're
but
selling.
When I first had the problem with the TV, we put it on the wall. We were sat watching Grand Tour. And Jack, and we were eating steak and all that lot. And halfway into it, because you couldn't notice it straight away. If it was, when you see moving images, it's fine. It's when it was stationary. Scandinavia, they showed like a big mountain scene sort of thing. There, you could see the LEDs, you could see the issue. So we paused it, and then we started doing tests and stuff to confirm it. And so there and then, I emailed them. So this is at like 6:30 at night on a Friday night. They got back to me by 8 o'clock. Which is like 24-hour service on a...
Well, it might be service up until 9 o'clock.
We were talking until about midnight. Asking me to do tests, asking me to show different test images on the screen, all that lot. And helpful. And that side of it was helpful. It was the moment I shipped it, it got fucking useless.
Well, I think there was like 3 people who listened to that who understood what you were saying, and none of them were me. Are you okay now? Is it still annoying? I imagine it is. It sounds like a very stressful endeavour. Yes, it's always annoying, especially when things that you buy don't work as intended.
Drama involving Arthur actually in a computer.
You've got a what? More drama, Arthur and computer. Is it anything to do with his new graphics card by any chance? I thought he did. So we're still using the 2080 Ti? Oh.
Why the hell would you replace a 2080 Ti?
I thought you said you built a computer with his old card. Oh, is that a different one? Never mind.
I built his computer with his old card.
Oh, sorry. Right, I get you. I thought you'd built a computer for somebody else with Arthur's old card. I misunderstood. Never mind.
So, yeah, he wanted to upgrade his...
That does make sense, actually, because when I thought, like, why would you upgrade the 2080 Ti right now?
You're going to, like, a fucking 40 cards even out yet, are they? No, there's pointless upgrading it. He got this computer and all that lot. Bought all the new parts, bought a brand new case. Really nice case, actually. Nice motherboard. Massive fucking cooler. Weird fitting on it, but it was a nice cooler. And it was a nice one to build, to be honest. The parts I had to take out of his old computer were absolutely horribly dusty and all. But we got them clean, and once that was done, it was a nice, clean, easy build. Actually quite proud of that build, to be honest, because it only took me 40 minutes. And so we plugged it into not my computer, but into my screen and all that lot, the mouse, booted it up, made sure it booted fine, checked temperatures, ran Cinebench on it, ran GPU Firmark on it, just to test all the components. And it was great. Now, because it was on my desk, I plugged the Ethernet in. Unplugged it, took it back to his flat. On the way home, I could hear my phone like go ping, 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 and I'm like, what the? Then he's like, the Wi-Fi's not working. Why is the Wi-Fi not working? It's got built-in Wi-Fi. Why is it not working? Blah, 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 blah. And I was like, right, you're probably going to need to download drivers. So he used his laptop to download drivers and all that lot, plug them into the phone. He had to plug his phone into the computer using a USB lead to tether it to the computer so the computer could get enough internet. Weren't installing or anything, it just would not work. Which is eventually, he only lives like 20 minutes away, but it's still annoying. I was sat back at home, I was getting ready to play games, didn't happen, so I went to go back and pick him up, picked the computer back up, brought it back here, plugged it in, put the Ethernet lead in, re-downloaded the drivers, I'm guessing this download was corrupting, hit install, bang installed, unplugged the Ethernet, Wi-Fi was working perfectly. I'd be such a fucking pain in the ass.
It is. There are many things. That one was user error, I've got to be honest with you. He didn't check first, so, I've got to blame that on both of you. But nothing. You didn't check it worked.
If you're a company who makes money...
Yeah.
And let's face it, there is so much free space on the motherboard which isn't being used. Loads of spaces, they can add more things. Add a little bit of, just tiny bit of built-in memory that knows how to use the Wi-Fi card that comes built in with the motherboard. It's not like if it was a separate network card and all that lot, I'd understand.
But what if it did, but you needed updated drivers?
Be able to work enough that you can then download more drivers. That's the thing, is when you build a computer normally, you don't have Ethernet drivers.
I'll tell you what, while we're at it, while you're making computers, people who make them, can you just install all my games on it as well? Shut up, James. Check things work before you get rid of them.
No. They're selling you a Wi-Fi motherboard that cannot connect to Wi-Fi unless you help.
Okay, and is the Wi-Fi connected? Now?
Now.
Okay, and was there a way to connect it? Because it must have been, because you've got it sorted.
Only if you had Ethernet, which not everybody does.
Well, then you'll have to get an Ethernet cable, won't you?
The reason he has to use Wi-Fi is at uni, he does not have an Ethernet port.
So he'd have to take it somewhere he could use
home.
one to put the drivers on, wouldn't he?
Neighbour, knock on the door. Excuse me, love, can I borrow your Ethernet?
Well, no. Why not? I'd give my neighbour my Wi-Fi password when her internet wasn't working.
Your data gets stolen.
Well, no, because her internet's there now. I've changed my password since, so...
Yeah, but they put the Trojans in.
Yes. Okay. I mean, I don't experience any problem. To be honest, I don't switch my computer on very much anymore.
No. When stream?
I don't know when stream. I'm making another video.
I know. What is it? Are we allowed to know? Can it
Well,
be like a little...
well, I mean, it should already be out by the time this comes out, so I can spoil it. Yeah, it's for Star Trek Online.
Star Trek Online.
There is a Star Trek Online. It's been out since 2010. So it's not only is the one, it's 12 years old. No. I know there are a few people who want me to do Eve, but I did have a little look into it. Not too much, because if I do it...
Learning curve graphs.
Yeah, I have. It's
where it just goes backwards on itself.
I think it's rivaled only by Dwarf Fortress. With regards to learning
I've played
curve.
both. Hang on. I've played both, and Dwarf Fortress has a high learning curve, but it's
Okay. I'll keep that in mind.
Genuine news stories that are hitting like CNN and they care about the war. The US,
No.
NBC and that.
No, I haven't.
Have a direct link to how much currency in game is worth in real life because you can directly buy currency.
Okay.
So,
Can't you directly buy the currency on every MMO?
Anyway, the other thing with EVE is the market is a lot higher than most. And just there'll be massive space battles because I think they're called organisations in EVE, but it's your guilds. And they've got like huge Titan ships that literally take 50 players to fly them and all that lot. Like Death Stars sort of thing. But there's a limit, there's only a few of them in the game because they're so hard to make, so it takes lots of people. But then there'll be real life drama, like they'll have an argument on Discord and one guy will sleep with somebody else. They take it into the game. This has happened multiple times. And the last one I saw...
We'll settle this like men with a space battle.
But obviously in EVE, if something's destroyed, it's gone. You can't recover it. You can insure things, I think, but... Lost back like 10% or something stupid like that, I think. I'm not a big EVE player. I played it for like 2 days and got confused. But I love reading the story. And I've seen some of them. I'm pretty sure they've broken the £1 million or $1 million worth of lost materials in it.
That's absurd. Here we go. The tippity tappity's happening as he confirms this.
Battle of BR estimated $330,000 US. Like once every year or so, I'll just get a news report pop up from whoever I'm looking at saying about new space battle in EVE, record broken, cost broken, all that lot. You'll look at it and they'll be like, oh, there was 140 people involved in the battle. I'm like, so that's like 30 grand each they've lost on average.
Yeah, that's a lot of money. Unless like everybody else was a free player and just one person lost all that money.
Yeah, generally from what I was one of them I was looking
it's
at,
one of the...
it was trying to destroy a space station and it had been built by like 5,000 people all slowly put the money in together to build it. So, and obviously you can earn the money in game. You don't have to buy it in real life. You can just earn it in game as well. So it's not. This isn't done through real life, but a lot of it will be obviously because it's a pay to win game. Yeah, so these like 5,000 people built the space station and then showed everyone like, here's our space station. Everyone went, I'm going to destroy that, and everyone went, fuck, we need to hide it. And yeah, but worked out the space station was worth like 200,000. That's why the costs are so high. But I play the game and I have no idea what's going on, and I don't like playing Spreadsheet Simulator.
Well, come on, you must have played Football Manager.
I loved Football Manager when I was like.
I only really played it. I only really played it in my mid-20s, but I even then comparatively didn't play much. I spent about 200 hours on it over the course of a year, which isn't a lot really. Yeah.
First thing I always did was upgrade the stadium because I used to hate the old stadium.
Fair enough. Change what you don't like.
I'd wonder why I keep getting relegated and I have no money or anything like that. It's because I just... Well, with a budget of 200 grand, I've just spent 14 million on the stadium and we're just in crippling debt. And all the players have left.
Nice stadium, but you can't pay my wage. See ya.
Put way too many hours into F1 Manager.
F1 Manager. Formula 1 Manager. Nice. That's pretty good, though. No, to keep something going for that long. I actually approve of that. Because, yeah, it will be.
Well, Steam's not tracking them, I noticed the other day. I looked at the other day and it's like, you.
Hey,
fucking
actually, you know
no.
what? No, yeah, some games. Does it have a launcher before it comes on? No, I was going to say because there are some
launchers and stuff.
Yeah, because it only tracks the launcher time or something like that for some of them. But
I smashed. I used to play the Daisy mod, ridiculous amounts. I said it easily over 2,000 hours. I've seen. Hours.
so lucky for me, Steam didn't track hours when I had my crippling Counter-Strike addiction. So it reports me as having 100 hours or so in Counter-Strike Source. Let me see. I can find out the number. I don't know. Okay, 104.4 hours in Counter-Strike Source. I would pull that a week whilst being at school. I was playing absurd amounts of that game. I don't know.
I've got 173 hours apparently, which I know is a lot.
Probably not as much as you've got in World of Warcraft.
Well, I know it's I've got cool. This only came out.
What, last year?
Earlier this year.
Okay.
July,
Yeah.
I think.
To be honest, if you manage it, like when you work full time as well, managing even 50 hours in a game is a bloody achievement. How often do you just come home and just flop on the sofa? Tuesday we do podcast, he says, on the first podcast we've done for so many months.
Yeah, okay. So beforehand on Tuesday though, it's been my day on while I'm not farming gold and all that sort of thing. So now Friday's going to have to become that day because we're podcast now.
I do apologise.
I work in the morning and then I tend to do housework in the afternoon. I'm to do firefighting game.
Nice. Is that the 4-player one? Oh, I don't know. Oh, no, that's not the one I saw. It was like Fire Simulator or something I saw.
Oh, I've completed that.
Oh, so okay, we won't play that one then. Sorry. We'll have to do My Summer Car though.
Yeah, but no, there's one called Ember, which is £7 on. Oh, it's on offer at the minute. It's down to 6.
Oh, you can buy it for me for Christmas if you want then.
But yeah, it's a firefighting game, but it just looks so stupid. You can like rob things in people's houses. You do it.
Nice.
It's made by the people who make Human Fall Flat.
Oh God, yeah. Okay, yeah, I'm on board with that then.
Developers. It's not the same. It's the same art style. It's not the same.
Same kind of mechanics, floppy people, difficult
it's not
aiming,
the same mechanics and
difficult
all that
to.
It's got a bit of that in it because it's the same devs, but it's nowhere near as.
Nowhere near as flippy floppy.
But it is the same. Or was it the same publisher? I don't know. The bundle you can buy, which has got Human Fall Flat in and Ember. So.
Well, I already own
EMPR.
Human Fall Flat in 2 different versions, so.
I've not played it yet, but I'm watching a lot of YouTube videos and it's so good.
It's good to watch then. Whether it's good to play remains to be seen.
Yeah. But then I on that, what?
Like 90% of the things I watch on YouTube and Twitch, really, because I watch the games that I just can't do myself mostly.
Can't play. I don't mean can't play because you're not good enough or whatever. I just mean you launch them and just like, nope, boring.
I don't know, actually. Honestly, the thing I've watched the most of, in fact, since we last spoke, I must have watched about 600 hours worth of snooker. Don't, for God's sake, me, Mr. Formula One manager.
Have you played Power Wash Simulator?
Yes.
Do you find it enjoyable?
Yes, it is one of the most therapeutic experiences I've ever had.
I don't find it enjoyable. And there's it's so relaxing and entertaining to watch him. I play the game and I'm just like, fucking clean, you piece of shit.
Although, yeah, admittedly, finding the last speck of dirt on the patio table so that the thing flashes to tell you it's fully clean, that can be annoying. But just like when you're spraying a fence, just painting lines through the dirt. Ugh, just so good.
I've got an idea for you, Pete, which I think you might really enjoy.
Okay. Oh, I'm out.
But I've got a really, really lines coming through beautifully.
Do you also have a power washer? Oh, I can dual wield power washers. I am on my way.
They are slightly different powers, so you'd have to like counterbalance, or else you're just going to spin.
That might make it easier. You don't know yet.
But, oh god, my driveway is fucking lethal. I went straight on my ass yesterday. Got out of the house, and the pathway's fine. The steps are fine. Down 2 steps, hit the driveway. What?
Is that because it's icy?
Ice, because it's all dirty and grimy and horrible, and yeah, it just needs cleaning. And I found out the drain's blocked, so I need to unblock that.
Nice. Yeah, well, I'm not
It's
power
not
washing
blocked,
it till
it's
you
just
unblock the drain.
Very slow. A drain at the top. You'll be draining.
Oh, okay. That's fine then.
There is something that has now happened that we can now claim. We need to change like the
Why?
30-plus-year-old men.
Oh, yes, that's right. You turned 30.
I'm officially old.
Yes, welcome to the 30s. The back pain will get worse. Please take ibuprofen from the left.
Why does my back hurt? What is the music these kids listen to today? And what does no cap mean?
I've no idea what no cap means. I see it come up a lot.
Work with young people.
I don't listen to them, though, do I?
Oh, you need to tell us about the microwave.
Oh, God, the microwave set on fire. Okay, so no, I was sat having my break. Just, eating food, watching YouTube, trying to enjoy myself. And the person who's supposed to be my boss bursts in and goes, "Can you help me? The microwave's on fire." And I'm just thinking, like, you've left a fire unattended to come and find me when there's a fire extinguisher next to it. So I go in to find one of the other lads stood next to the microwave holding a fire blanket that's a little bit on fire as well, whilst the fire is like a little fireplace stood on top of a stand. And the flames are flickering out, and someone's going, "Oh, it stinks in here." It's like, "Can you not see this fire here right now?" And I'm like, "Dude, you stood next to a fire extinguisher, pick it up." So he picks it up, and he starts reading the instructions. So I just grabbed the fire blanket and just threw my arms into the microwave to cover the flames, and it went out. And then they were all like, "Oh, you just put your arms in fire?" I was like, "Well, nobody else was doing anything, were they?"
Have you ever tried to use a fire extinguisher in a hurry, though?
I've never used a fire extinguisher before, to be honest with you. But at the same time, it's like... But no, how long had this been going on before they come and got me to do something about it is what I'm worried about. It's like...
I estimated 10 minutes.
It could have been anything like that. There was a porridge, because it was heating a porridge, and the porridge itself was on fire. So if anyone's interested in flame-grilled porridge...
How do you set a microwave on fire?
I don't know. The microwave's old. I assume there was like a crack in it somewhere that nobody'd seen, and then the plastic melted or whatever, so... Well, yeah, but I mean, that's how it happens, but nobody checks stuff, do they? So I imagine, actually, that before this took place, there would have been some sparks flying at some point. Someone probably saw it and thought, "That's probably normal."
I got a new mug, because we have tool vendors that come round. And knowing he's giving it to mechanics, Snap-on, large, well-reputable company, make lots of tools, $1 billion company. One of the best known tool companies in the world, decided to give, or just up in the UK anyway, decided to give all the reps mugs to give out to the, all the mechanics. And all that. Have a snappy new year or something stupid like that, and then the Snap-on logo.
Yeah.
They gave me this mug, and I was having a cup of tea, and because I'm at work, as expected, I left the cup of tea out too long. Now, I'm not proud of what I did next, because it goes against the Britishness in me. But I really wanted that cup of tea. So I microwaved it to reheat it.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Have metal inside between the layers of ceramic. It's not even like it's a metal mug or a metal handle. The metal is in between the ceramic layers. So what happened is I put the microwave in the mug, and I heard a weird chinking noise. I'm like, what the fuck? And I looked at the microwave, and thankfully... it's quite strong, because what was happening is the mug was rocking. It was jumping left to right because it was trying to expand from the inside out. At this point, I ducked down, because the microwave was quite high on the shelf. I ducked down a little bit, turned the microwave on. As I did that, there was a tremendous bang. and the microwave sort of went a little bit round, and
Yeah.
the door flew open.
Yeah, they don't
And
like
yes,
metal in them.
The ceramic, well, obviously, the reason it doesn't work is because the metal conducts electric, which heats it incredibly quickly as well.
Yes.
But because it was insulated by the ceramic, it was just getting the heat, not the electric. So there was no sparks or anything. It was just heating this bit of metal inside the ceramic. So eventually it got that hot, it blew the ceramic apart. And, worst of all, I didn't get the tea.
No, you would have to have licked it off the microwave. And the shards, no, screw that stuff. You want the tea? Get a straw. Come on, that'll filter it out for you.
I don't want to lick the glass and stuff, but it's going to happen if I'm licking the tea off it.
Well, yeah.
The best bit is my boss walks
It's
past.
no more than you
looks at
deserve for
the
microwaving tea. I actually don't think there's a problem with microwaving tea. If that's what you want to do, then do it. No, come on. People
Not
are
as
so
good as a proper
judgy.
bucket.
You know what I mean? Like,
No, but no,
you can't
I'm not.
microwave
If someone else wants to do it, fine.
don't put the milk in first. Blah, 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 blah.
If someone else wants to do all these things, that's fine. Just don't give it to me, please. I like my tea how I like my tea. Is that okay?
There's such a double standard with stuff like that, I find. Like, don't put the milk in first. Don't microwave your tea.
It doesn't taste right if you put the milk in
No,
first.
I know, that's fine, James, but these are the same people who will drop a kebab on the floor, scoop it back into the tray, and I eat it like nothing happened. So everyone can just, quite frankly...
Added protein.
Added protein. Gravel. Gravel's
Do
high
not
in
eat
protein.
gravel.
Please.
Disclaimer, do not eat gravel.
Oh. I mean, I have a lot of double standards like that myself, to be honest. Actually, you know what?
People can
I
do
had a
what they
thought
want
about
to their
this.
tea. Just keep it the fuck away from me, please. I like
well,
my
that's
tea how I
fine.
like my tea.
I was thinking about my biggest double standard. That I constantly talk about how horrible cheese is and how people should stay clear of it. Shut up, James.
Did you
Cheese
use
is
chips
horrible.
earlier?
No, I don't. No, I was joking about that. I didn't get it you at all. Oh. And why would I get it for you? You're like 700 miles away. And then, I'm sorry. I'll get it right next time. So I talk about how I don't like cheese, and then I considered how much pizza I consume per week. Really? It's like I base like 70% of my personality on not liking cheese. How can you know? I'm so platitudinous.
Personality. That's why I don't notice.
Well, that's why I thought you would notice the one thing that I would, die on a hill for.
Definitely never mentioned that before.
The one hill I would die on. I don't know how to put this phrase into that context. But shut up. So I talk about how I don't like cheese, but then I probably consume more cheese than the average cheese enjoyer just through the sheer amount of pizza that I eat. So, yeah, but that I eat a lot of pizza every day, so it probably balances out.
I eat cheese most days, but I've eaten, for me, a lot of cheese the last few days.
Why?
I got given
buy
free
too much
cheese
cheese?
boards.
Free cheese boards? Was that in exchange for
for free?
Is that because you couldn't get given a telly?
Yeah, they gave me cheese board. No, for some reason, for my birthday, lots of people gave me cheese boards. So I'm like, okay, I'm actually quite grateful, but why? Did you guys communicate this, or...?
Just coincidence. The universe is telling you something, and it wants you to have weird dreams and a bit of constipation. Does the weird dreams not happen?
I've still got some Wensleydale Vapocots in the fridge.
Nice.
Dinner. That was crackers.
Right, James, you know you get up dead early for work, right? Do you need more than one alarm to wake up? Yeah, how many alarms do you set?
If I'm getting up at 7, which means I'm starting at 8, I have 3. 6, I have 3 still.
Yeah, because I set about 9 and I get up at...
Generally, if I'm going in out early, so if I'm going in, waking up at 5, I'll still leave the later one set as well, just in case.
Yeah, well, you need a backup
The
alarm.
other day, I got up to go into work too early to his overtime. I was going to go in at... I ended up getting there at 7:30. They were like, I thought you were coming in at 6. I was. But I woke up, got dressed, all that lot, sat down on the stairs, put my shoes on and fell asleep on the stairs.
I've done that before. Right now, if you...
I woke up, just one boot on, one boot over the other side of the room, so I've kicked it out apparently, and my sleep, just curled on the floor. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing here? How pissed did I get last night? I was like, no, I'm doing work stuff. I couldn't look up. I've already been awake today.
This is the same day. Okay, so
robbed.
I have this strange phenomenon where if I oversleep, I hate you. If I oversleep, I will start having really weird dreams. So it's like some part of me knows that I've overslept, so my dreams kick into overdrive with the weirdness. And what will happen is it'll be like a slight continuation of the dream I was having, but it will be like really sort of intense, as if my body's saying like, you know, you need to get up now. I'm going to freak you out into getting up. So I was having, it's one that I remember from fairly recently. The dream was I had been, and for no reason I can think of, I had been taken on as a coach for a primary school football team, which is just something that would never happen. I was traveling to the school, which was quite far away, and I was driving like this oversized car, and this is fairly normal for my dreams. So I was driving an oversized car, and I couldn't take certain streets because the car was too big, and that was just very silly.
That's normal for your dreams.
That's normal for my dreams.
You need to eat less pizza.
Maybe. Anyway, so.
What dinner tonight?
Oh, shut up. Pizza.
It was pizza.
Yeah.
Although, what did you have on it? Because I reckon this could annoy some of our viewers.
Pepperoni and sweet corn. It's fine. I don't care. I'm not asking anybody else to eat it. It's like when people like pineapple on pizza. I sometimes I kick off about pineapple on pizza. Sometimes I kick off about it, but I actually don't care what people eat. If that's what you want, that's fine. You put whatever you want on a pizza. Anyway, my dream was that, but then my alarms went off for work, and I do this thing where I press OK or silence or whatever the button. I don't know what the button says. I just know it's the white one. It's the white one, not the green one that I press. I know that much. I pressed the buttons on my alarm, and I went back to sleep. And I did this 3 or 4 times, and then the oversleeping began. And I know this in retrospect, but I didn't know at the time. And the oversleeping began. And then that's when my dream went into weird mode. I arrived at the school in which I was taken on to be a coach, and there was a session being hosted in like the playground, whatever. And the kids were all lined up in sort of like a military fashion almost, whilst one of the teachers was like talking to them. Now the teacher, do you ever watch Glee?
I've seen quite a lot of Glee.
You have, so have I. You know, I can't remember his name, but the teacher in Glee, the fella with the curlyish hair.
Yeah.
You know who I mean. I don't know his name.
I know who you mean, yeah.
Yeah, but you know him if you saw him. Right? He was the teacher talking to the kids, and he was giving him this like really aggressive pep talk. Now these kids were like 5, 6 years old, and yes, that's right. That's his name in the show. I don't know his real name. No, it's fine. It's not important. But he was giving this really aggressive.
Hugh Morrison.
Okay, there you go. Matthew Morrison was giving this really aggressive pep talk to primary school children, but like it wasn't really anything to do with football. What he was saying is he was telling them how to intimidate someone, but with just your eyes. And he says what you need to do is kick him with your eyes. And I at this point in dream me was like, oh, this is a good idea, yeah. And then I was like, hang on, how'd you kick someone with your eyes? And he says, you're probably wondering how you kick someone with your eyes. He said, I'll show you. He said, you look down, and then you look straight into their eyes. You kick them with your eyes. And then he just kept repeating, kick them with your eyes. And then he turned to me to repeat over and over, kick them with your eyes. And then I woke up and realised I'd overslept. And that's the kind of thing that happens in my dreams. Something will happen, and it will focus and twist and centralise on me, and as if to try to freak me out into waking up. And it's only when I oversleep. I don't have dreams like that if I'm like off work, or if there's nowhere for me to be, or if I'm just in my regular allowed sleeping time. Only when I'm oversleeping. Like another one I had, actually, I just remembered. The dream was I was doing gardening, but like every time I like, what was it? I was doing like tilling soil or something like that. But every time I moved along, like grass grew really quick on it, and I had to cut it and get the soil back. And that's normal for my dreams. It seems a bit stressful, but you know, whatever. And then things, when I reached the oversleeping part of things started digging out of the garden, and it was turned into this like really, really exhausting game of whack-a-mole, but I don't remember what the things were that were coming out of the ground. They were like human sized though, and I was going around, and I had this really, it was a strimmer that I was hitting them with, which isn't really ideal for swinging, as you may know, and it was really taxing to like hike it.
Rather than like turning the strimmer on, you were still swinging it.
Yeah, I was swinging it, just whacking him with the strimmer. The strimmer wasn't plugged in, it wasn't powered by anything. It wasn't a wireless one, that's for sure.
Did you have a strimmer then?
I don't know, but my dreams just turn into these really sort of intense situations to make me wake up. It's like there's a part of me that's saying like, you're really supposed to be awake now. Oh, you're not gonna get up? All right, well I'll fucking wake you up.
I will freak you the fuck out.
Yeah, and some it's like to get really, really, really weird. They're just two that I remember. When that effect that you have where your dream feels really clear, and then as the minutes tick by, it just sort of disappears out of your head as if someone's pulling chunks out of your brain. I hate it so much, but that happens all the time. So most of the time I just know I had a weird dream, but it also doesn't help that I oversleep a lot. But at the same time, it's just, what can you do? I mean, I could go to bed earlier, I suppose. I was going to say, what can you do? There's definitely something I could do.
You're a responsible human being.
I just burped, and I'm sorry.
I'm going to edit that out, Eli's.
Yes. You edit, come on.
I do some. More experienced editor. Why don't you edit the podcast?
Because you said you'd edit it, and we never changed that.
We had an editor, but he quit.
He quit? We didn't pay him. There was no contract. It was very kind of him to edit for us, though.
He decided to stop having the advantage taken of him.
Yeah, it was very kind of him to do that.
We should come back.
No, you don't have to come back. We just fondly remember your services.
To edit it, we don't pay.
If anybody wants to listen to this more than once, good God.
I don't. That's the point. That's why the editing's so bad.
Yeah, but you made it, so you have to deal with it. It's the same goes for your shit. You have to wipe your own bum. Right.
Not always true.
Oh, well, okay, fair enough. All right, I think we... Well...
I was once you're an old man, you stop it as well? Oh,
well, okay, for the most part of your life, you have to wipe your own ass. How did we get to this?
I wiped my ass, but I was thinking.
All right, so we had a few people asking for words from our mouths. We've spent roughly an hour saying words from our mouths. I hope it was fucking worth it, because that was dreadful. I missed you, James.
Didn't go anywhere.
All right, I'm trying to be nice.
I told you many times.
That's the nicest thing I've ever said to you.
I told you many times during the period that, because I know you were going through some shit.
Yeah.
If you need me, message me. Didn't fucking message me once.
Well, I didn't need you.
Talk to all that lot. Just I'm here. I said I've got nothing until they were discussing it. 7th. So what was that? 6 days ago. When you messaged me saying Tuesday the 13th, and that was it. Doesn't
all right.
give me any information. Just says Tuesday the 13th.
Yeah, but I did say that I would pick a day when I was ready to do another podcast, and I did pick a day, and I let you know.
A month before that, asking if you wanted to play GTA.
You asked me if I owned it, and I said no.
Oh, well.
So I
Then
couldn't, even if I wanted to. Well, I suppose I could have bought it, but I'm not going to. I don't like it that much.
You should have done it. It was so funny.
I imagine it would have been fun for like a couple of hours, but then I would never have played it again, so there's no point.
It was only fun for a couple of hours, but I think at the time it was like £4 because it's fucking...
Fair enough. Yeah, that doesn't help.
Went out and bought a controller. Oh, I bought a controller for my computer. That's something new I've done.
Hell yeah.
And
I always keep
you'll be very proud of me.
Why?
I didn't go buy the £120 one.
Hooray! You didn't buy the Xbox Elite.
No, I bought a... I don't know what it is. A fake one.
Yeah. I remember... Yes, I've used PowerA.
According to PC Gamer, it's the best one on the market, bar the Series 2 controller.
Yeah, I think PowerA are good controllers. I also like... oh crap, what are they called? The one I use.
I don't like the RGB on it. It's not controllable enough.
What do you mean? The RGB is not controllable enough.
Yeah, it's only like
I know. I don't buy it because of the RGB.
Yeah, but you can't turn it off either.
Oh,
So
I can turn mine
set
off.
it up nicely.
I think mine's Afterglow or something. I can turn mine off.
Buttons on the controller because the controller remembers for you, and you can set it. And I couldn't work out. All I could have was different colours, and I'm like, but I couldn't just pick the generic RGB rainbow either. I had to pick a colour, and that is too much decision.
Oh really?
What colour do I want the controller?
Oh, I can pick a colour, or I can have it go through the rainbow. Oh, mine's better. I'm going to send you a link to mine. Rainbow.
I don't know how though, because I just got to use 2 buttons on the back, and then you've got to use the D-pad and patterns, and the instructions are pretty good actually, except I lost part of them.
The instructions were good. James was not.
So I could get it into program mode or light programming mode. I could get it out of light programming mode, but didn't know what to do when I was in programming mode. Was the problem?
Well,
so
trial and error.
Really good lighting systems. Yeah, I think it's set to purple and blue now. So that's the colour my keyboard was on at the time because my keyboard slowly rolls through the colours.
My keyboard doesn't have it. Well, it looks like it has RGB, but it doesn't. It's just static lights.
I can't get it to stop doing it.
What?
My RAM is RGB. I can see it right now. One colour is about half a second behind the other as they go through the sequence. It's so annoying.
Yeah, I imagine that would be annoying, actually. I think that's one of the reasons I don't like RGB, though, is because one thing out of place and I'd just be like, you've ruined it.
But then the thing is, the way most of it works, because a lot of my products are Razors, everyone knows I'm obsessed. And if I put my headset down between my mouse and keyboard, you can watch the colour start at one end of the keyboard and go all the way across the keyboard, all the way across the headset, all the way across the mouse, and then back to the start again. And I know there are ways I can set it so it carries on into the computer, so the RAM does it, and then the motherboard does it, then the RAM does it, then the cooler does it.
And that's why you buy a solid case that you can't see the inside of, and you buy cheap shit as your mouse and keyboard.
I met my new roommate.
Is it another Sneaky Snack? Who's Hector? Wait, no! Oh, okay. I thought it was your octopus. Why doesn't he have a name? A penguin? You have a lot of knickknacks.
I was moving and packing. I found a penguin. Where did I get it from? Hollow Park in Tenerife. Because we saw penguins there. And I like penguins.
Shall I tell you something that's not changed since our last podcast? On my desk is still disc 2 of the 6th series of Everybody Loves Raymond.
Yes. But is there carrot?
No, I don't know where that went. There's half a Kinder Bueno. I didn't even know it was there until I moved that disc, so you're damn right I'm about to eat that half. That won't be here next week. There? I don't care. Chocolate lasts forever. It's hazelnut cream, I think.
You need to tell us the dreams you have after eating that chocolate bar that's been sat there for at least 4 months.
Right, you know what? If I have, over the next 7 days, if I have a weird dream, I will write it down. I will discuss it with you, okay? But be prepared, there may be more than one.
Yes, I would like Pete's dream diary each week, please.
Okay, I'll keep a dream diary. I've got Notepad next to my bed. It'd be very easy to do.
What's instead?
Oh, okay.
It's the Goons podcast.
That's not difficult.
One of the guys, he has really bad sleep issues, so he's been keeping a dream diary. But the notes he makes when he's half asleep are ridiculous. It's like that text I showed you this morning that I sent, which was I tried to write morning and I got Monge.
Monge 2.
But his notes will be things like went shop, got toast, applesauce, met penguin, dead.
Oh, okay.
That's the notes him sleep is when he's brain deprived.
Well, I did that last Thursday. What's his point?
Yeah, but what does that mean?
It means that he went to the shop, bought toast. The key there is that he bought toast. You don't buy toast, you buy bread.
But then there's just applesauce.
Yeah. Because he probably forgot. He probably went to the shop for applesauce, bought toast instead. To kill him. For not getting the applesauce. I sent you for applesauce and you bring me toast. Yeah, Yes, that's how it works.
Cohabitating with penguins, shall we say?
Okay, bloody hell.
Apparently, it's not correct to assume a couple living together are married anymore. Apparently, that can be offensive.
Why is it offensive? You just say, "Oh, we're
don't
not married, we're
fucking
just
know.
living together." Why is everybody offended by everything? I don't. You know what? No. I'm saying that. That's me being ridiculous. What happens is not everybody's not offended by something. A few people are offended by a few things, but they're really fucking loud about it. And then for some reason we change the way we approach things to meet the standards of the minority. We change the way we do things to meet the requirements of the anomaly rather than what is fine for most people, and that kind of annoys me. We're going for the needs of the few over the needs of the many this day and age, I think. And I sound like a grumpy old man, but I fully believe it.
The needs of the few outweigh the needs of the many.
How?
That's what Spock told us.
The needs of the few outweigh the needs of the many. That's how you end up with capitalism, James. Yeah, that's right. That's the way it should be. The needs of the many should outweigh the needs of the few. But we're doing it the other way around now.
I think that is the correct way.
Yeah, the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. That's right. That's correct. But what we're doing is pandering to the few. You're doing the hand thing. Well, yeah, I know what you mean. I actually know what you mean by that. But yeah, no, that's what happens.
I want everybody, unless you're driving right now, to do the Spock hand thing.
I bet anybody driving did it. Because anyway.
And if you want, but we are advising that when driving, please keep 2 hands in control of the vehicle at all times.
And probably put the radio on if you have access to noise-making devices instead of this. Although, if you got to this far, then it's too late because you're at the end. Yeah, it does indeed. James, do we still bother with social stuff? Are you going to still do that, or...? Might do. Okay.
Like and subscribe on YouTube. Download it and like it.
That's that noise again.
Comment any things throughout the podcast. Please make comments. We like to see comments. It gives us...
Yeah, this was an icebreaker. We'll call this one Icebreaker. What was that? Okay. What are you doing? Stop it. An icebreaker boat.
Oh, it's icebreakers.
Okay.
And
they sound like my phone ringing on silent.
Did you look at your phone then?
No, but it's just what it reminded me of.
No, in ports that are frozen and all that lot, they'll use this boats and stuff designed. They'll go out and they'll smash the ice in the fjords so that the normal boats can get through that.
Cool. I'm pretty sure I seen something like that on tugs when I was a kid. Tugboats. Was it called tugs? It was like Thomas the Tank Engine, but with boats.
I do remember that.
Yeah, tugs. It's called tugs. Yeah.
Anyway, we need to end the podcast.
We do need to end the podcast. I'm going to go watch tugs before I go to sleep. Okay. Well, you enjoyed Burger.
Thanks everyone for watching. Yeah, again, as always, like, subscribe, all that shit.
Oh, do what you want to do. We'll see you next week.
Link's down there. Come call us idiots in Discord.
Okay, bye everybody.
See you next week. Bye.